Hello kids, that's right, I'm back again. This week, trains and train controls, because people keep asking, it's goddamn annoying. So, enough with this thing, let's get on with it. Okay, let's start with the most basic thing first here, basic construction of a train. You're going to need to pick what you want to run on the rails. Most rails and most maps are now Physics 3 size, so you can use either Physics 3 full size axles, one large, one small. You can use the Physics 3 individual wheels. These individual really highly specific wheels, which should only just fit on some rails. These will only really work on Physics rails. And then you got 3 sliders. Now then, I'd suggest ignoring these. These, if you put them on anything, they're not going to carry the weight and you have to make strong axes. You can use them, it's just simpler to use the axles in one go, it's fewer props. These are too highly specific to work on most maps. I don't even think they, well no, they fit on these rails. But they have a tendency to bind. So, that leaves you with large Physics axle wheels, the small Physics axle wheels, and a bunch of sliders. I tend to stick to wheels because I like wheels. If you want to use sliders, totally fine. Both are entirely valid methods of moving. Except with these, you can only really use thrusters to move along, because you've got nothing to spin, nothing moves the train. These you can use whatever you want. You can use engines, you can use forces, you can use thrusters, you can use these as just wheels. Okay, you picked your basic thing of what you want to go along the track. Now what to attach it to. Again, in physics, you have 2 basic train chassis parts. You have this simple box, which is designed for these and these wheels, and then you have the much more common internal box for these wheels, or if you flip it upside down you can put sliders on. These are good, but they're a bit boxy. Any train you build, you will notice these on them. So I suggest ignoring these 2 entirely and doing what I always do, which is basically take a single flat prop. See here, we've got a single box, then a remote axis. Remember, right click from the box to the wheels because the axis is in the second place, and do it like that. That way this main box is your main part of the train and everything hangs off that. This one's parented as well, as I've mentioned before, so everything's parented to this block. If you want to go further than that, you can parent to like anything. No, you can access to anything. So I think these wheels here are access to this elevator carriage. These front ones are access to this tiny little block here. Okay, that's basic construction. Seriously, it's just axis some wheels on. Next, you're going to want to move it. How do you move it? However the hell you want. These 2 here, and my favourite way of moving things, is with the forcer. As you can see here, I just place it inside the wheel and do offset force to it. See? Just inside the wheel, and these are offset force as well. But thanks to little dude, I use some tricky controls. Alright folks, get your wire ready. Right. This is the basic of how I control my trains now. Right, that screen there, top screen, is the output. That green thing there is an advanced pod controller. Now let me change weapon so I can see what I'm pointing at. That's a negate chip. Now then. Right, that's a negate chip. That's an add, just an add, not an add or an and. An add chip, a multiply chip, a constant value of 5000, and an accumulator. Now then. I'll get out so this way it will flash when I look at it. Right, the negate chip is connected to the S on the pod controller. Right, negate chip S. The add is connected to the W of the pod controller, and the B of that is connected to the negate chip. So you get a W and a negate in this chip, this one here. Right, next, connect the multiply chip to the add chip. Connect the B of the multiply chip to the constant value of 5000. Finally, you get an accumulator. That's under time in case you can't find it, because it's not under arithmetic like everything else. Connect the A of the accumulator to the multiply chip, and then finally connect the offset force of a forcer to the accumulator, and that'll give you this basic setup. But I've also put on the accumulator, right click again, go to reset, and connect the reset to the spacebar of the pod controller. Let me get the advanced pod controller, advanced wire gun. So you go that, you go over here, go to space. That way when you're driving along you can just press space and it will stop, kill the engine, and you can attach a brake to that directly. You can make a world latch and attach it to the space as well. But if I let go, it stops. If I press S, it comes back down. If I press space, it resets. Press S, gives a negative. Press W, goes up. Downside to this, it doesn't stop when you get out. So you have to remember to kill it every time you get out. But it's good, it works nice. If you want a faster change rate, you just change this 5000 to something higher. Okay, just a wheel, axis, just a forcer, not connected up yet. This is what you do. Wire tool, I'm using the advanced one here. Offset force, click, over to the accumulator, click. That's it. Now if I get in here, give it a little throttle, stop it. Now I must have left a little friction on that axis. To get reverse, stop it. If you want to add a brake to this, go wire, weld constraint latch, go from the wheel to a box, plunk the controller down, and then just connect that to active space. That way you can go wee, and when you hit space it stops dead. Okay, so we've covered basic construction, basic controls, now design. Really, this is I think this is a 4-long box with 3 sets of wheels. I wouldn't go much longer than a 4-long box without an axis somewhere in the middle of it. Even on this, see if I can sling it over. It starts to scrub out, the wheels start to scrub on the side quite badly around corners. Come down here. You can see these front ones are quite listed over a fair bit. So don't go much longer than 4 without an axis. If I come over to my Eagle here and freeze him, these front 2 wheels are on a gimbal connected to the main body, so they'll sort of turn of their own accord a bit. Downside is they tend to freak out and fall. Yeah. As always, I'm Big Adam and I make crap tutorials. But I have cake.